I am not a feminist, or at least not a modern one, because they leave comments like this and think it's an insult. I will never be insulted by the idea of making a sandwich for my husband and serving him every single hour of my life because he provides for me. I do not have a husband yet, but you can call me a pick-me because I desire to be picked. I desire to be a submissive wife that lives a life where we glorify God and how we conduct our household. If he asks me to make him a sandwich, I'll ask him what kind and how many, and I'll even leave a little note on it because I desire to be a wife. This will never be an insult. All you've done is threaten me with a good time. Try again.
What's your age?
26.
Are you single?
Yes.
Could you see yourself dating a man who worked at Walmart?
No.
Why not?
Why would I date somebody below me? Not below me. Let me rephrase that. Why, if I worked so hard to get to where I'm at, why would I date somebody who hasn't?
So a man who worked at Walmart couldn't take you to the places that you'd want to go?
No. No. Absolutely not.
What is it about your lifestyle do you think a man at Walmart couldn't do for you?
I like to go shopping. I like to travel. I like to go to nice restaurants. I like to enjoy life. And I feel like if you work at Walmart, you really only have the means to do the necessities.
But let's flip the script, right?
Okay.
Do you think if you were working at Walmart as you are right now, the men watching would look at that and go, oh no, I could never even look her way?
It depends on the man. I feel like some men value education. Some men look for women who have something going for themselves, and some men don't. It really depends on the man. Like, if you're talking about very, very wealthy men, then I think that they look for a woman that has an education. But if you're talking about, rich men or, the men who get money in our, generation, then they don't really care.
I saw a content creator who said male content challenges them, female content validates them. And I could not agree more. The male-centered content usually sounds like level up, get disciplined, fix your mindset, stop blaming everybody. Meanwhile, female-centered content usually sounds like you're perfect the way you are. You don't need to change. Everyone else is the problem. Heal, be soft. Because when it comes to women and the kind of content that we usually consume, it's just to make us feel good. It's only to validate us in our current state. It's not to push us. It's not to challenge us. But then when you have women like me that come around and make content that challenges other women to be better, do better, to make the necessary changes, to fix the mindset, now I'm public enemy one. Because I'm not telling you you're perfect and you're don't stink. I'm telling you the real. And a lot of women don't like that. A lot of women don't like to be held accountable. A lot of women don't like to be told that they're wrong. And that's the problem. I'm not saying that women shouldn't be validated. What I'm saying is don't confuse comfort with empowerment. Validation feels good, but validation without accountability is how people stay stuck.
I'm just a messenger, ladies. I'm just telling y'all, right? Let me tell you the biggest misconception of this generation, that men are weak. But it's not that men are weak. It's just a lot of men have finally reached the point where they stop fighting for relationships where they feel unappreciated, unheard, and unsupported. For a lot of years, men were willing to carry all the burdens and make all the sacrifices and take on all the battles for the people that they felt like valued them and respected them. So it has nothing to do with weakness. It's just a lot of men that feel like no matter how much they carry, someone will find a way to look at their efforts and say, that's it? What is the point for fighting battles for someone that's going to always discredit you, disrespect you, and dismiss you? So that's why there's men all over the world that's choosing to tap out. And it has nothing to do with weakness. Men just decided to stop investing all their time and energy into people that don't value them. And they're choosing a life that benefits them.
Let me show you how dumb you sound. Because I don't mind telling women that they're dumb. You're pretty, but you're dumb.
I'm not dumb, my love. I have a 4.0 GPA. I have a double major. I speak 6 languages.
And you're not using it.
I'm using it. I'm just saying.
You do
the
soccer
truth.
and you work on nightlife.
Look, I went to a prestigious university, but I'm not going to throw that in anyone's face. But like, you're not intelligent, okay? I'm just going to be very honest with you here.
I am intelligent. Everyone out there knows.
You can't critically think because you're making an argument for the 10% statistically insignificant, which is a low IQ
see
move.
all my awards that I won in college as unique 6 language speaker.
But here's the thing, like,
Are you crying?
Yes, I am.
bruh. Chris. This thing is an. What are you crying for, man?
Whoa.
Bro, so no one's ever told her she's dumb or what? Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't know.
Listen, man, you know, life is tough.
You still play
Honestly, she needs this. She needs this.
No,
the music's still going. She needs this, bro. Like, she needs this reality check. Like, she's trying to make an argument for the 10%. That's retarded.
Cut the music, man. Why are you saying I'm stupid if you don't know me?
I don't have to know you to say that what you said is stupid.
I
That
have
was very
friends and
stupid.
you don't have friends. I'm sorry. Like, if I have male friends, it's because they're my fucking friends. Like, what's the problem?
You're making an argument for the 10%.
It doesn't matter. And you're making an argument of 90%.
Yeah, that matters. That matters.
Okay, this matters. I didn't say it doesn't matter or it matters. I just say a fact, and that's it. That's
not a
all
fact.
about it.
Okay. Hey, man, you're still dumb.
Do you think, like, because you feel that you're not, like, a feminist or whatever, you are better than other women?
No, I don't. I'm a pretty humble person.
Do you feel that we hate men?
A lot of what you're saying does seem like man-hating behavior.
I mean, I do think men suck. I think a lot, because of the patriarchy, a lot of men have arrogance and they mistreat women. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree.
So you think men don't mistreat women?
I do not think that a majority of men mistreat women.
So
I do not.
Why do you think there are phrases like, ugh, men suck?
Because I think women are petty and dramatic.
Okay, so just because, like, you're going against other women doesn't mean, like, men are gonna choose you.
I'm not a pick-me. I'm married. I'm already sold. I'm off the streets.
The streets?
Yeah, where all you are.
So you think because I'm not married, I'm on the streets and I, like, really need a husband?
You're really bitterly and desperately single, yes. You're obviously not happy. Your attitude does not scream, I'm happy and I love my life.
So we're not about to sit here and act like the reason why a lot of these young women be wilding out, promiscuous, and sleeping around is because they saw their moms, their aunts, and older cousins in their family being hoes. We're not going to sit here and act like a lot of these mothers weren't getting their daughters who was 14, 16 at a young age, and they would get pregnant again, then they would give them another. We're not going to sit here and act like mothers weren't more worried about a man being up in their house or focus on a man than focus on their own daughters, which is why a lot of the young women these days are super promiscuous. And a lot of these women my age, in their late 30s or early 40s, are too busy competing with the young women than actually trying to talk to them and educate them. You cannot sleep around with a bunch of people and not lose yourself.
Chivalry's not, but miserable women. I had a woman in my comment section the other day tell me that cooking for a man is so sorry. I don't speak fluent Gen Z, but I'm assuming what she meant was like pathetic. But if doing kind things for a man that he can do for himself is considered pathetic, then that would imply that men doing anything chivalrous would be pathetic. I'm a grown woman. I'm capable of opening my own door. Feminism has glorified independence so much that now being kind to others, even your freaking husband, is considered embarrassing.
Women want to carry themselves this way and still expect the 40-year relationship that their grandparents had. Women treat men like this and still expect that old school love they desire. The reason why most of our grandparents stayed together for decades is because roles existed. Men led, men provided direction and stability, and women nurtured the home and brought peace. They trusted the man's leadership of the home. There was polarity. Just like a magnet, there is negative and positive, while in this case there is feminine and masculine. Nowadays, too many women do not know their roles. roles. And then they wonder why they feel exhausted, stressed, and unsatisfied. You feel like the man in the relationship because you keep trying to lead. And two captains cannot steer one ship. Long-term attraction comes from polarity, where the feminine inspires the masculine and the masculine protects the feminine. It's having trust, it's being receptive, it's allowing men to lead without punishing him for it. If you want to keep a masculine man, you have to let him be one, and be the lady that you know you can be. Be nurturing, be receptive. Stop trying to compete with your partner, because when both people stay in their roles, as we can see, love lasts.
I mean, there was a lady saying that there was a clip where she was talking about basically the mothers or the older women competing with the younger women instead of teaching them. But you got to understand that the timeline for the older woman, for the modern woman, has gotten pushed out. If I would have been doing, kind of what I was supposed to, right? And once again, you want to leave space for people who might have gotten a late start in life, or something or other thing had happened. I got trauma that I had to work through, like legitimate trauma. Maybe I couldn't get a job, and whatever the case might be. There's things and there's factors in my life that I would have been dating if I was in the place to be dating. I'm not out there in the street, really not like that, getting plowed and stuff like that. I've been trying to keep my head down and do the right thing, but life has been lifing. I give you a break on that. But for the modern women who have been saying, oh, don't worry about it, I'm just gonna freeze my eggs when I get about 40 years old. Oh, don't worry about it, I don't need kids right now, I'm just gonna wait till I'm 40 years old. Now they have to compete, and they got to compete with the younger women because the men their age don't really want them. So now I got to try to see if I can be younger. But these young men keep on calling me a cougar and wanting me to spend money. And I don't want to do that. I actually want a companion. Now you understand that you made it hard on yourself. And now you got to be in competition with the younger woman because you didn't do what you were supposed to when you were supposed to do it.
Not to mention that we don't have a loneliness epidemic. We have a loser epidemic.
What we actually have is an epidemic of single motherhood where it's praised, and single fatherhood is demonized because what did he do wrong? We have an epidemic of women who would rather put their butt cheeks on the internet on OnlyFans rather than to be in the kitchen and learn how to cook and clean. We also have an epidemic of women who pretend to care about men's mental health. Well, they have their link in bio for their spicy pages. We also have an epidemic of bitter baby moms who would rather drag the father of their children through court, have him pay hundreds and thousands of dollars, and only get 30% of time with his children while simultaneously calling him a loser for working too much, even though the court systems value the mother's home over the father's home. So they're proud to destabilize the father of their children and call him a loser rather than to maintain a healthy co-parenting relationship for their children. But yet it's only the men that are losers. We have an epidemic of women who would rather have men pay their entire way, pay their bills, pay for meals, pay for their hair, pay for their nails, constantly have their hand out because they're entitled. But then she'll actually dump him for the next guy that has no job, no career, nothing going for him because, he was emotionally there for her. We have an epidemic where it's cool for women to claim that all men are narcissistic and we have an epidemic of women assuming that these men are going to come in and be Prince Charming because they've watched too many Disney movies. We have an epidemic of women expecting men to be equal to them, but it's only equal to what benefits them. Because we all know that the majority of women only care about equality where it suits them and will fit their lifestyle the best. We have an epidemic of where women want men to court them and be interested in them only to accuse them later on of love bombing them and being narcissists. We have an epidemic of women who gaslight men into thinking that they're happy, and they try to convince them that they shouldn't go 50-50 because the reality is that the majority of women can't even afford his 50% in the first place. But y'all aren't ready for that kind of conversation. We have an epidemic of lack of accountability because when she cheats, it's still his fault because he wasn't emotionally there. But when he cheats, it's still his fault. So no matter what, the men are getting blamed for it regardless. We live in a world where women will project their insecurities about being broke this and being broke that when really it's them who are broke themselves. So even courtship is out the window. We have an epidemic of women who will claim SA or grape or claim that he's if he even looks her direction. We have an epidemic where if a man says anything wrong on a date, he's going to end up on Are We Dating the Same Guy, where these women can slander men without any consequences to their actions. Oh, and let's not forget, even if you are a good guy and you show up and you're emotionally in tune and you're able to, give her everything that she wants, she's still going to dump you because the good guy is still boring. So, when you really want to talk about who the real loser is, maybe it's time to look in the mirror. Okay, bye.
You look a mess.
I feel like as a Black woman, I'm not, for a lot of men of color, or for men in general, I'm not their number one pick.
You're not their number one pick. You're not. Okay? I need you to understand that. She said, as a Black woman, I feel like I am not their first pick, implying that it's because she's Black and not because she look a mess. Let's just be honest. You're implying that they don't like you because you are a Black woman and not because you went out in public looking how you was looking. That's the reason why. If this is the way you'll go out in public, then this is how you look 100% of the time. A mess. Do something with yourself. Put yourself together. You look a mess. Like, I'm so sick and tired of y'all getting on here looking crazy and then being like, men don't like Black women. What makes y'all think that somebody want to see you out in public looking a mess and they're going to pass up all the people that's put together, got their on, they're going to pass all them up to come over there with you looking frumpy and dumpy? No. Nobody wants that. Do you want a man that is frumpy, dumpy, got oversized, dingy t-shirt on, looking sloppy built, ain't got no haircut, looking like he just rolled out the bed? Is that the man that you're going after? What makes you think men don't also like attractive people or people that look nice, people that put themselves together? Why do you think it's okay to look a mess and then blame Black men and say, well, Black men don't like Black women? No, they don't like you. They don't like you. Okay? You mean to tell me that the Black men are turning you down so the white men are beating down your door? No. It's all the men. None of the men want to be with somebody that look a mess. I'm sorry. They just don't. You are the problem. Fix it or don't. Fix it and see if that changes anything. Or don't and keep receiving the same outcome. But to blame Black men for you looking a mess or to blame Black men for wanting somebody that looks nice, that's a code. Get your ass up, take off the dingy t-shirt, and do something with yourself.
How many kids do you have? I know you have a son.
I have 5.
All by the same man?
Absolutely not.
What's wrong with having kids by the same man?
Absolutely nothing. We just don't. Absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, that just was not what panned out,
Okay,
and the
how
choices
many
that happened. 5.
You mentioned kids. How many kids do you have, baby girl?
I have 4.
Okay, all by the same man?
No, ma'am.
How many men?
3.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 3.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
3 different men.
Do you have any kids?
I do.
How many kids?
I have 4.
All by the same man?
Mm-mm.
How many men? 3.
I got 3. I got a 10-year-old, a 1-year-old, and a 4-month-old.
Do they all have the same dad?
No, I got 3 baby daddies.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I have 7.
You really have 7 kids?
Yeah.
You gave birth to 7 kids?
Yes.
You're 33 years old?
Yes.
How many men?
1.
I smell bull.
Why are you not with that man? Are you with him? You're married?
No, I'm engaged to a different person.
Okay, you have 7 kids by somebody else and you're engaged. So why are you calling me?
Because my engagement is going left instead of right.
And all these kids are by the same man?
You can say that.
No, I want to know Amina, honey, I don't got time to play these grown ass games with you, okay? So you have 7 kids. Are they all by the same man or not?
Some of them are.
How many men do you have kids by?
5.
So how did you tell me all your kids were by one man?
Do
you have any kids?
Rage quit.
I do. Brace yourself. I have 7 children.
Are they all by the same man?
No.
How many men?
5.
How many kids do you have?
I have 7.
You have 7 children?
I
How old
do.
are you?
I'm 34.
Are they all by the same man?
The last 4, yes.
Why you not with this man? Because you got a 4-year-old, 2 3-year-olds, and a 1-year-old.
It's a long story. When I met him, I didn't know he was married until I got pregnant. And that's when I found out. He ended up
How long did you date him before you found out he was married?
a year.
Okay, so that means you had 4 kids by him knowing he was pregnant. Married. Correct?
After I found out.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 7.
You have 7 kids, really?
Mm-hmm.
7.
So you pushed 7 kids out of your vagina?
The last one I had a C-section, but yes.
By how many men?
3.
And do you have any children?
Yes, I have 5.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men, babies, girls, do you have kids by?
3.
FYI, there's a lot of men in relationships right now that are dealing with women who never grew up because they expected to be treated like a princess the entire time, and they were actually looking for a father figure, not a partner. So a lot of these men have adapted themselves and gaslit themselves into happiness, thinking that this is the best that they can do. And the reality is that these types of men will spend hours in the gym. They will spend hours playing video games. They might even pick up a drinking habit or a smoking habit to cope with the fact that they have a literal child that they are married to in hopes of gaining some kind of adulthood within their marriage. These are the same types of men that eventually are gaslit into believing that they are the problem, that they need to go to therapy. These men will actually sit in therapy believing that they are the problem, when really the real problem is that they have women that are childlike and children that want a father, not a partner, while simultaneously hoping one day that she grows up into a woman that knows how to take care of herself, take care of a family, and he will stick it out with her because he loves her unconditionally while simultaneously being miserable. Okay, bye.
Well, and I commend the lady for saying you can't blame black men for everything. And really, honestly, I would take this time and would like to take this time to extend that to you can't blame men in general for everything. And that's what they try to do. He don't like me because of this, and that. No, like she said, he don't like you because you don't be taking care of yourself. He don't like you because you're not put together. And I'm put together. I got that stuff on. I'm doing my thing. That's great. You actually do, right? You are put together, but your attitude is not. Your behavior is not. Well, you just don't like no woman talking back to you. This. No, I like having a discussion. I rather enjoy a discussion. I enjoy it, right? I would like a woman that, I think once again, there was a man that was saying, I like a woman that has her own stuff. Nice looking man. Mark, I think his name was 43. I'd rather like a woman that has her own stuff. You know, she knows how to think. And he went on down the line of what he liked, and there were positives, positive things in a woman, something that you might call strong and independent. He said, yeah, man, I'll take that. I like that. Right. But nowhere did he mention a bad attitude. and that's exactly what y'all have.
I'm not here for the male gaze anymore. They're not my demo. I mean, men will just toss you aside for like the newest ingenue. And that's fine. You should absolutely do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame you for that. I'm still hot.
Ma'am, you're not here for the male gaze anymore because the male gaze ain't checking for you. You've spent years living off of that attention and monetizing it. You use your looks to build your career, and now you're almost 50. You've gained weight, your looks are slipping, you're getting older, and your offers are getting lighter, and all of a sudden now, after building your entire career off of the male gaze, I'm above male validation.
Everybody who's in the know what's up with you. So they will roll in the hay, but nobody's going to commit. Yeah. So they have to get their money by suing because, I mean, no baby's going to come out of her at that carburetor womb having that. If you press the horn on her womb, what did it say, D?
No, not that. No, that's the.
Check engine light.
Y'all remember one time? I'm glad my man let me talk about the past. We was in the house one time, me and Murder. She sucking his. Wait. And so she giving me, he hitting it from the back, and he started sucking like that. I said,
Is there a distinct possibility that there may have been underage girls in that?
Hey, come on now.
That's crazy.
I don't know what you're doing.
That's crazy.
That's disgusting what you're doing.
That's crazy.
You know what's wild too is that she never apologized for this. No accountability.
First of all, I only like older. Second of all, was 1992. We was underage. That's A and B. We wasn't supposed to do it.
Wow, look at the details.
I know. I want fans in the mouth.
Oh my God.
She looked elderly in that picture too. She looked like an old Karen. Do you live in this building? Shut up.
This is exactly why your past matters, because someone gonna know your history. You trying to come at camera, and meanwhile he got receipts of things that you never wanted to be released. You can't put these allegations in the air and then expect silence from the men that you're levying them against. That's some serious that you just said out loud, talking about trying to land the plane. Excuse me. And no matter what you think, what Cameron did is not misogyny. It's a response to your.
Men want a family for the sake of male validation.
Just another day in the office. Viewer discretion is advised.
Here's my unpopular opinion. They want a wife, they want kids, and they want the family unit, not because they really like those things, but because they want to impress other men. I think when you have all of those things, it kind of elevates your status as a man. Not only does it elevate your status in society, it also elevates your status socially among other men.
This is arguably the dumbest thing I've heard all week, but here we are. I've never met a man in my life that say, yo, I'm about to go get a wife, kids, protect and provide for them for the validation of other men. Ever in my life. Keep in mind, if validation is what he wants from other men, there are so many ways to go about it. He could be a player in the streets with a lot of women. He's going to get validation from men. He could be a gangbanger. He's going to get validation from men. He can build a family. He's going to get validation from men. Some of these things are just by default. They come with the package. It's within the territory. You don't have to actively be seeking validation in order to receive it. There will always be something respectable and honorable about a man that takes care of business, let alone provides for his family. Because as men, we all know that is not an easy task to perform. However, men are not doing that for the validation of other men. We are doing it for the validation of the people that we care about most, which is our wife and kids. We look at that line of duty as an obligation to us, and our reward for doing said thing is to see them happy. It's to see them do wonderful things in life. It's to see them live comfortably. We can give two fucks about the validation of other men. That's the least of our concern.
I think this is like the ultimate status symbol for men, showing that they made it in life. I think men really like the idea and aesthetic of having a family, but they also don't want to take an active role in raising kids, for example, and they want to be as passive as possible.
It's unfortunate that we even have people that think like this, but here we are again. Now, despite her starting off 10 steps in the wrong direction, there is one part I can actually agree with. That is the ultimate status symbol for a man. To have a happy, functioning, healthy family with a woman that loves you and you love her back, and a set of kids that love y'all and y'all love them back. Now, as far as you saying that men just like the idea of a family and they don't actually like being active fathers would be complete foolishness. Do men like that exist? Of course they do, but they do not speak for the majority. No different from the women that don't actually want to be wives. They just want the ring, the wedding, and the title. They don't want to actually fulfill their duty. They just want the glitz and glamour that come with marriage. Despite those kind of women existing, I know that's not the majority of women, so I would never make that kind of a statement. And this is exactly why your statement is complete bullshit. You're taking that small percentage of men and trying to draw out a large picture that's going to represent all men, and we refuse to accept that. But to conclude, men do not have families for the validation of other men. Men actually want to be active in their children's lives, let alone their families' lives. And the moment some of y'all get off the internet and go outside and try to meet and understand men, you'll realize that a lot of those things that you thought were true are not. But despite everything I said in that video, she ain't gonna listen to nothing I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
Most men are deeply unattractive because of Mother Nature and something called the Great Scam.
Oh, goody. Another genetics expert.
Great scam was the day that the male of the species convinced the female of the species that it no longer needed to prove itself worthy in order to reproduce and have babies.
Wait a minute. They can't be insinuating that the only thing that a male would have to do to prove himself worthy of reproducing would be to be attractive, right? They can't mean that.
The fact that the men are ugly says otherwise, right? They're not supposed to exist. They're supposed to be cannon fodder to the strong, attractive men who are worthy of having babies.
Oh dear. That really does seem to be what they meant. But unbeknownst to a great many out there, there are more qualities to look for in a potential partner than just what they look like. And our ancestors actually knew that.
They're out here being like, the men don't take care of themselves, that's why they're unattractive. No, you're a 10,000-year-old genetic anomaly. He's not supposed to exist, babe.
It will never cease to amaze me how some individuals can remain so willfully uninformed when there's so much information freely available out there on the internet. But let me just say this. Most individuals are aware that there is more to selecting a partner than just what they look like. But I wonder if individuals like this keep the same energy for unattractive women. Or is that another story?
I would even want a boyfriend.
Most people want to be in a relationship because, one, they're wanting companionship or possibly looking for someone to marry. But, as you can probably guess, that is not the reason why some women want a boyfriend.
I take out the garbage. It's a huge one to like break down the boxes, to give me massages before bed every day, to compliment me every time I try on a new outfit or like I'm like thinking twice about what I'm wearing, to pay for dinners, nails, get my car washed, to fill up the gas in my car. I have never and will never take my car through the car wash. I don't even know how.
Sadly, the types of women that say these sorts of things, and they're not all that uncommon, are the same types that still say they want equal rights and want to be treated as equals, yet can't take their own car through the car wash.
And to like feel the need in some ways, but
wow, instead of using a person for what you can get out of them, someone could find other options.
also like to stop me from drinking as much. I feel like I could definitely stay in and just cuddle if I had someone. I wouldn't feel like I need to be on the streets that often. I'd be like a little bit more mellow.
What an interesting way of admitting that someone has no self-control and no self-discipline.
Someone to work out with and like hold each other accountable for health-wise, but that's about it. Nothing else comes to mind.
Gee, with prizes like that out there, I can't imagine why so many guys are choosing to remain single.
You don't cook and you don't clean.
No, because when the default goes for women to cook and clean in a relationship, then I think that's also why so many people are struggling in relationships, because that's labor. So compared to women's labor, compared to men's labor, if he takes care of all the bills, it's still 5 jobs compared to his.
No. My husband does blue collar work, and what I do at home is nothing compared to what he does outside the house.
Okay.
And what does your husband do for work?
Oh, he does construction.
Does he do heavy machinery, or is he more
forklift, boom lifts, all kinds of lifts? Him doing what he's doing, coming home baked, looking like a freaking lobster. I'm not gonna complain about what I do at home. And he supports the whole family. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is, what am I doing? Cooking, cleaning.
What if you were working too? Like, would you want him to also clean and cook too?
He offers, but I tell him, no, sit your down. Do not do a thing. You were just out there for like 12, 14, 16, sometimes 18 or more hours.
Oh, dang.
Why am I going to make him do all that? If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be in the building we're in. We wouldn't have the things that we have all around us.
Yeah.
So it's like they are literally the backbone to our society, building the infrastructure that we have all around us, the technology and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, so I actually put my husband on that highest level of respect when it comes to the line of work he does. Because if it weren't for him and everybody else, where would we be?
You know, listening to that lady talk about what she wanted out of a man and from a man, I've got to agree with Lady J. I can't imagine why men would want to stay single. I have no idea. After you talking about all of the things that you'll do to 100% make a man's life miserable, I can't imagine why they want to be single. I don't know. It goes back to that clip that you probably seen where the woman was like, where are the men at? I don't understand why they don't want to approach us. You mean you'd rather be in peace? You'd rather live in a peaceful life instead of chaos? Yes. I don't even know why you asked that question. I don't even know if you know what you're asking. Absolutely. And this is what men have to look forward to. Oh, I feel like cuddling, so let's go ahead and cuddle tonight. Oh, I want a gym buddy. I want a gym partner to keep me accountable. Now that one I can respect. That's pretty cool. I respect that one. Oh, I want somebody to take me out. Want somebody to give me massages every night. Are you going to give him massages? Because I remember in another video, you said, I want to grind and I want to be up until 3 o'clock and I want him to be up at 3 o'clock right there beside me. So when is he going to get sleep? And you're telling me that after you decide, okay, I'm tired at 3 o'clock in the morning, then you go shower. By the time you get out of the shower, it's about 4 o'clock. He got to wait on you and he got to massage you until about 4:30, 4:45. And then got to go to bed. So he's actually working harder than you. Love that life.
A content creator who said male content challenges them, female content validates them. And I could not agree more. The male-centered content usually sounds like level up, get disciplined, fix your mindset, stop blaming everybody. Meanwhile, female-centered content usually sounds like you're perfect the way you are. You don't need to change. Everyone else is the problem. Heal, be soft. Because when it comes to women and the kind of content that we usually consume, it's just to make us feel good. It's only to validate us in our current state. It's not to push us. It's not to challenge us. But then when you have women like me that come around and make content that challenges other women to be better, do better, to make the necessary changes, to fix the mindset, now I'm public enemy one. Because I'm not telling you you're perfect and you don't stink. I'm telling you the real. And a lot of women don't like that. A lot of women don't like to be held accountable. A lot of women don't like to be told that they're wrong. And that's the problem. I'm not saying that women shouldn't be validated. What I'm saying is don't confuse comfort with empowerment. Validation feels good, but validation without accountability is how people stay stuck.
What value is he bringing at any capacity if he's not helping solve issues? Like, why are you here if you can't help me?
He may not be able to solve your problem right now, but he might in 6 months or a year. And the problem with women is they want the man that can solve all the problems right now, and they're not even that man's responsibility. What does a man look like solving your problems when he's dating you and 3 other people trying to figure out who his woman is about to be? That's why men don't want to commit today, because men think that women expect them to do everything for them when there's no level of, I don't even know you yet. You want me to pay your bills, solve your problems, show up for you, feed your kids. You got this long laundry list of things that you expect a man to be, but what do you have to offer him other than this? You aren't nurturing. You aren't kind. You aren't trying to expand his vision. You aren't trying to fit inside of his vision. You can't check your tone. You aren't submissive to him. So all of these things that you're asking for, you're not qualified for. But you could ask, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land on the stars, right?
Girl.
But also, I think that it's really important that we as women understand that a man's job is not to solve our problems. That's not his job. I even think that men have now started to believe that their only job is to make sure everyone around them is happy. And that is to a detriment of the man and a detriment to society. Because if more men were looking to the fact that I need to have leadership, for me to have clear vision, for me to take action, for me to be kind and compassionate, and yes, get to the bag too, and yes, be in my masculine energy, that's what creates a healthy home. It's not just monetary value.
I am in love with 2 men at once, and I don't know what to do. I've never been so happy in my life. I'm in this, I get to pick. I make the rules now. I'm in love with both, and I'm not going to decide in the next 24 hours.
This is just another reason why men don't want relationships today. Because he could be in a full-blown pursuit of a woman that he really likes, and he has no idea that she feels very strongly for him and another man. Unfortunately, this woman does not see what is so wrong with this. Fortunately, she's going to learn her lesson the hard way. Because the reason why that woman is so happy is because she has 2 men putting in effort towards her. She likes them together as a unit, as one man, but the reality is that they aren't one man, they are 2 men. One of 2 things is going to happen here. Number 1, they are both going to find out about each other, and then they're going to dump her, and then she's going to be super depressed because she's going to go from having 2 people pursuing her to 0. Or second, she's going to choose one, and then she's not going to be happy with that one. She's going to be in a terrible relationship where she is extremely unhappy because she was used to having the effort of 2 men, not just one. And of course, the man that she ends up choosing, I mean, he's going to be put through the ringer here. Let's not forget about him. But the bottom line is that that woman is going to compare all of her future relationships and dating experiences to this moment of having 2 men that like her at once. So that woman is going to be chasing that feeling forever on, and of course she's never actually going to obtain it. Hence, unhappiness forever.
I just still don't like to be corrected in front of people.
And you know, and this is what I'm saying too. If somebody cannot be corrected, they're never gonna grow. And if you're not growing, what does that mean? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse.
I could be corrected. It's just about how somebody.
Hey, you ain't got to say it to me no type of way. Is it good information? I'm going to catch it rather than not catch it and stay stagnant or stay with that character flaw. Women always care about, well, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Well, then miss it then. How about that? How about you didn't, because you so much in your feelings, miss the game then and stay where you at. And that's why a lot of women are. That's why men on average have more success than women, because women are so sensitive about how it's said. I don't care how you say it to me. If it's some game in it, I'll take it. A hater of mine can say some real shit to me. Hey, I don't care if he a hater. Is what he's saying real? And if it's real, then thank you. I appreciate the gym and I'm going to fix it. But a woman ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why my growth is very fast, because I'll take any information from anybody.
Did that to you and posted it and it got all these views, you would be okay with that? All right. That you already answered the question.
No, I think you should have seen the positive in it.
Women want a man to lead. At least the women I know. Christian women, biblical women, godly women, traditional women, they want a man to lead. And we want to know that you can make decisions. And we want to be a passenger princess. We want to not think when we're out with you. And dating is so hard because, honestly, just make a plan. If you're going to ask a girl on a date, just make a plan. Okay, what time are you available? Great, let me find a place for us to meet. And a girl will just swoon. Honestly, it's like bare minimum, but it's not happening. It's rare and it's really frustrating. Like, what happened to the art of asking a girl out? No, none of this. Oh, I'm being spontaneous. Let's go do this. No, especially from the app. I am meeting you. For the first time. I've never met you in my life. You could be serious. I'm not doing this spontaneous stuff. It's also rude. Remember, like, back in the day, you'd hear that, you know, if you wanted to take a lady out, you would pick her up at her house with flowers. I get it. It's an app. You don't know if you like this girl yet. You don't know if you have a connection.
Just got finished watching a video of a guy telling other men not to become stepdads and to let women raise their children on their own because there was no benefit. Now, because I listened to comprehend instead of listening to respond, I watched the whole video and all the reasons he named were valid. He was in a marriage to a woman with a young son who he pretty much raised for years. And when they decided to split, she cut off all contact, communication, everything, because she said it was her son. There is no benefit into raising somebody else's child and pouring into them for years for you to really have no control over the child. I'm going to go as far as saying it's really no benefit into being a step parent in general, because you take care of somebody else's responsibility. And most of the time, you don't even get back the bare minimum of respect, you know, from the parent or the child. So, yeah, I'm going to go that far. I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion. And he said a lot of women would disagree because, of course, they want men to keep continuing to take care of other men's responsibilities. But like I said, in general, I'm going to go being a step parent in general for men or women. There is no benefit.
I think women are so power hungry. And now that they've been given power, it reveals what women actually want to do. Because I just don't think our nature is very good.
Yeah.
I think our nature is like terrible. And so now they're like, here, you terrible people, here's a bunch of power. And they're like, yay, let's be whores. I'm going to leave my husband and I'm going to my kids. See you guys.
You make a good case. I can't really argue
Yeah,
against
like
you.
I just don't think our nature is very good. I just don't like. Sorry, I don't mean to push back.
No,
but
I don't think most people's nature is very good though.
Well, especially women though. I think women's is way worse. It's like not even like I feel like men's nature is like this bad and women's nature is like that bad. Feminism just weaponizes men's how good of people men are.
Okay, let's hear this.
Because what they'll do is the women are like, please, we want to work, and the men are like, just shut up, fine. Here you go, honey, I want you to be happy, and they let us go work. Boom, she's the boss. Cooked. And then they say, look, we don't want to have a kid. We don't want to have my kid. I don't want to force you to have it. So they're like, okay, here you go, and they're like, let's get all the kids. And we just keep doing this over and over and over again.
Well, I really like what Sarah was saying, particularly the part about, women have been saying it for so long, society has been saying it for so long, that you do have some men starting to believe that their purpose on earth is to solve a woman's problems. Modern women believe that. If he's not solving my problem, all of my problems, what are they doing? If he's not making my life easier, what are they doing? If he's not taking me out of my masculine and putting me in my feminine, what are they doing? If he's not making me a passenger princess, what are they doing? If he's not putting me in my soft girl era, what are they doing? Being a man, he's going to work. He also has kids. He also has a family that he has to take care of as well. I don't even know that, but he has other responsibilities outside of you. You are one of his responsibilities, but he has other responsibilities outside of you. He has a whole vision. You want him to have a vision? He has a plan. You want him to have a plan. If he's all around you, all up under your armpit, sniffing up your butt all the time, running behind you, how is he going to get anything done? Have you ever thought about that? I know you have. Have you ever considered that? Yeah, you have. But what modern women usually do is they say, well, he can make it happen. I don't care how he does it. Just be wherever I need you to be, on call whenever I need you to be. Interesting.